Hi, it's Doc Severson for the Theo Night Report for Tuesday, June 20th. I'm going to start out here by looking at the bonds, a 30-year U.S. Treasury bond futures, all right, the ZB here. And what do they know that they're not telling us? They rallied quite a bit today, all right? So what does this mean? They think that interest rates are never going to be raised again, certainly not through the end of this year. Right now, there's only about a 50% chance that we're going to hike one more time this year. More than likely, if it's going to happen, it would be by December. You also have to figure that the bonds might be a little bit of a safe harbor, a little flight to safety at this point, as the market's having a little bit of a problem here, as we'll get into in just a minute. So also, what we saw happen today was in crude oil. And crude oil, they're calling this a bear market now because we've dropped 20% off of their recent highs. Never mind the fact that this is a monthly downtrend. This is a massive monthly, crash that we've had in crude oil since the 2014 timeframe through this. So this is now off of. This is a potential lower high setting up. So this is just another lower high pivot on the monthly chart, which means that the trend really has not changed yet since the 2014 timeframe. Now, when it comes to equities, there's two main charts that I want to show you here. First of all is the S&P 500. I think you'd agree right now the S&P 500 has got, tons of momentum to the upside, great trend on the monthly chart to the upside. This is a little bit of a problem here, though. With this level of linearity, a 600 plus point move, about a 650 point move now to the upside with basically hardly any reaction whatsoever off of that. Still trend on the weekly chart moving to the upside, still good, still a fair amount of energy here. And now as we get into the daily chart, this is what is really, really interesting here, because this is just a small little flag pattern setting up here, and it looks like we had so far what appears to be a false breakout to the upside. It's getting hauled back in. That's not good, especially with this level of energy. Now, the way that I kind of analogize this scenario is, imagine if you had a hot water tank, okay, hot water tank sitting in your basement down there, and there's a flame underneath it here, and if that thermocouple doesn't shut off the flame, if it just keeps on boiling and boiling and boiling, this thing turns into a bomb, right? So this is why there's that little pressure relief valve that's on the side of it, and will spout out water if it just gets too hot and, too much pressure inside that hot water tank. Okay, this may be what we end up seeing happen, and because of this would very naturally, very normally just set up a larger range down here. So this is what I'm really hoping to see happen. I know that I've said this before many, many times, but now it seems like the pieces are starting to fall into place for this to occur, especially if we're to look at this and say that's not necessarily a very bullish sign that we're seeing this. I don't know if this is a dark cloud cover or just a bearish harami, the way they call it. But this is a negative candle that we have here. Didn't have a higher high, but we certainly have a lower close here. Haven't changed trend, but this is a disturbing single candle. Now we can see kind of the same thing if we look at the Nasdaq futures here. And again, if we zoom in on the daily chart, this is where we're going to see that oh so important level right now. And it comes in the form of what I call a box, right? So we're just going to box in the price action here. If the price breaks to the upside, then this is going to confirm all this momentum, all of this trend to the upside. This is what everybody's expecting to happen. What nobody's expecting to happen is for not only this trend line to be broken, but also for the price to put in a lower high and a lower low, in effect changing the polarity to a downtrend on the daily chart. Nobody's expecting that, and the level that I'm going to be watching is right down here on the futures, which is right around the former lows down here. About 56.30 or so is where that level is going to come into play. Now, that's quite a ways away. That's another 100 points to the downside, and you'd think that we'd be able to see that occur, but it may just sneak down there when nobody's looking. So again, to summarize, yes, I am still looking for markets to set up. I'm not looking for them to crash. I am looking for them to set up a deeper range, perhaps for the rest of this summer, and then we'll see what happens when the fall comes around. But right now, this is the time for the markets to set up a deeper range, and that would again be very, very normal if it were to set up a deeper range and just consolidate within that range, and frankly give us a little bit more implied volatility to work with in the short term. All right, folks, I just want to bring something to your attention today. You've probably heard about Don's tetrapod class, the secret weapon to trading options on ETFs, which is going to be held this Saturday. So he's going to be doing a full webinar on this class. So you've heard about this before, more than likely. You've also heard about our Total Theo 12-month mentorship, which has been very, very popular. But what I'd really like to talk to you guys about right now is the 2-day live event in Scottsdale, Arizona that we're going to be doing. So for $2,000, what this includes is 12 months of Total Theo and the secret weapon to trading options on ETS class. It's going to be bundled in with there. And guess what? There's 2 days of seminar with us, the TheoTrade team out in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is going to be happening in early September. So believe it or not, that's just around the corner. It's only 3 months away, just 12 weeks away from right now. So there is an early bird rate for this. So you got to act fast to be able to get this. Otherwise, the price does go up in July. So what are we going to be covering there? Long volatility, short volatility strategies. So regardless of what the market's doing, you're going to be able to trade those. Neutral option strategies, technical analysis, longer term portfolio management through longer term duration strategies, how to put it all together in a trading plan, how to use technical analysis to be able to improve your edge, as well as how to trade the Nasdaq NQ futures in there. So with this, you get all of us. You get myself, Don Kaufman, Tony Rago, Jeff Bierman, all 4 live instructors out there for 2 straight days. And to give you an idea what the event schedule is like, first of all, on Thursday night, the 7th, we're going to be having a happy hour with you guys. So meeting everybody in person, you're going to get a chance to rub elbows with not only the instructors out there, but other expert traders that are part of our live trading room every single day. And on Friday and Saturday, we're going to be doing, of course, morning session, afternoon session, and breakfast is served for those staying in the hotel. You can see the conference room we're going to be doing this at. One thing I'd like to point out to you is if you've been through seminars like this before, sometimes we wedge everybody into these things, and it's so uncomfortable. By the end of 2 days, you're ready to go. We're going to have nice chairs for you guys, so we're going to make you very, very comfortable. It's going to be an excellent facility. You can see how beautiful this place is, and you're going to want to stay around for maybe a couple of days after that, maybe extend your stay into the weekend. This is such a nice place. So full day Friday, full day Saturday, rubbing elbows with us, talking to us about questions that you have for trading as well. Full breakfast, lunch, cocktail party, discount, TheoTrade group room rate, Wi-Fi resort fee is going to be waived for those staying at the hotel, discount on spa services. You can go play golf out there. This is going to be a great event. It's going to be a high-class event, and it's going to be absolutely packed with information. The ability to talk to our instructors out there and really walk away with a full trading plan and give you confidence to be able to hit this market running when it starts again in the most important part of the year, which is the beginning of the 4th quarter here as we wrap up 2017. So hope to see you out there.